Alright, so there's obviously not a lot of you, or at least not a lot of you who are open about it, and there's a reason for that. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to talk to you about that reason. It's called homophobia, and it has been around as long as people have existed, and that's like 500,000 years too many. I can tell you, it really is not fun to put up with, and many of you probably don't understand what it is that some of us have to go through just because of who we are. Which is why I'm going to discuss today the basics and reasoning behind homophobia, who it affects, and some examples. For starters, the word phobia is derived from the Greek word phobos, meaning fear or loathing. Yup, homophobia is not only a fear, it's a type of hate. Ed Fallon, an Iowa representative, once said, "Hatred grows out of fear, and fear grows out of ignorance." He is exactly right. Homophobia is based on the lack of knowledge of queers and their surprisingly not so different lifestyles. So why are we sometimes treated differently? Today, one of the worst insults for males is to be called a fag, which is slang for a gay person. So apparently, the worst thing ever is to be gay, which is a huge insult to me. But homophobia affects many people. Did you know the suicide rate of homosexual teens is 6 times greater than heterosexual teens? People are rejected, and being gay is a lot harder on teens, especially when they are first coming out. Parents often have a hard time accepting that their child is queer. They think it reflects badly on them. Because of this, teens are locked out of their homes, admitted to mental hospitals, and sometimes beaten. No wonder so many people are afraid to come out. As for myself, I don't get a lot of direct harassment about my sexuality, but I know that people talk behind my back. And I often have a hard time with using public washrooms because of the fear of something bad actually happening after all the dirty looks I have received. It's quite upsetting to hear rude comments like "dyke" every now and then, and to this day, I'm still afraid to hold my girlfriend's hand in public. On a more lighter note, I always get some cunning remark about my resemblance to Justin Bieber, and honestly, they're quite funny. I don't find them insulting at all. I remember just the other day, I was at A&W waiting for my order when this big guy who looked to be in about his mid-40s walked in to grab his meal. And there was this younger kid standing next to me who also somewhat resembled Justin Bieber. As the big guy was walking out of A&W, he said, "Why does every 13-year-old boy in Canada look like freaking Justin Bieber? Grow some hair and put on some rock and roll, sheesh." Now, I wasn't the slightest bit insulted by the fact that he thought I looked like Justin Bieber, or even the fact that I looked like a boy. It was the fact that he thought I was 13 years old, despite the fact that I was a foot taller than the kid standing next to me. Anyway, I digress. Today, discriminating against minority groups like the GLBT community, gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, seems to be socially acceptable, though it really shouldn't be, and that's something we need to change. Many people don't mean to offend anyone with their horrible habit of saying, "that's gay," but it's homophobic, and the word gay shouldn't be used in a negative context like such. Please take half a second to think before you open your mouth to comment on something that is gay, or before you call someone a fag. Seriously, the English dictionary is full of so many other words you could use, and it wouldn't hurt to expand your vocabularies a little bit. Anyway, my name is Karlysle Christian, and I'm a lesbian. Thank you.
You know, it's tough enough to come up here and speak, and I think most of you can identify with that. To top it all off, to be that honest is even tougher. So it takes a lot of courage. Let's hear it again for Karlysle. Or Karlysle, I guess. Our last speaker is Karlysle.